Everyone, today I will show you what you can do once you have connected your Microsoft Azure account to Holori. So just for you to know, there is a specific video and specific procedure on our documentation website that shows you how to connect your Azure account to Holori. This will be linked in the comment section below, so you will find the link to both the video and the procedure to connect your Azure account. So now let's assume that you have connected your account successfully. You will have two ways of accessing your newly synchronized diagram. The first one is here from this home page. You simply click on the account you want to open. And the other way is on the left side here, where you see the different accounts that are currently synchronized with Holori. You click on the one you want to open. So here in our use case, we'll open the Azure one. Here you will find again the small thumbnail and then a list of the resources. So small asset inventory. And when you click on a resource, you will have the details about the resource that are available. Now I want to open my project, so I click on it, and here we are. So here is the diagram of my Azure infra. So here, what do we have? We have a few squares. If we zoom in, you will see that these are different regions. Here I have Germany, West US, East US, and France Central. So here you understand that my infra is running on these different regions. And then if I zoom in more, you will see a few different product icons. These product icons are, of course, resources that I have in my Azure account. And this is not only a drawing, but it's also live and updated with your cloud account. So if I click on one of the resources, I will have details that appear. So for example, here it's a disk. So I have details about it. I see that it's currently attached. I have the size, so 30 gigabytes, the OS, where it's located, etc., plus technical data. Same here, I see that it's connected to a compute machine, so to the VM. When I click on my VM, I have the status, so I know that it's a VM that is running. And then again, I find details about it. Then, this is only here a short summary. If I want to learn more about this machine, I can simply scroll down here, and I will have lots of details that are available. If some of you are familiar with Terraform, you will recognize kind of a pattern because we are using kind of Terraform variables to offer a detailed description of the settings of the instance. And it means that the more detailed your configuration is on your Azure console, the more information you will find here. And again, you can open lots of details, you can dig into lots of settings, and here it's really as detailed as it can be on the console. So then I can play around, zoom in, zoom out, which is quite interesting. Then something else I can do here is that I can click, for example, on compare. And when I click on compare, I can put side by side two iterations of my infra. So this is the goal. I can see them here and here. I can select date, any date back in time. So I can select another date, put it on the left, select another date, put it on the right, and compare side by side two different iterations. I can also have a div diagram. So the div diagram is the same concept. You can have two versions of the diagram, but here they are merged as one, and we'll identify the differences between iteration with a simple color code. For example, here, I see that I have some green arrows and orange, yellow colors here for my instances. What does it mean? It means that these connections here were added and that my two VMs were updated since between the two iterations. And here I have a summary on the left side with details about what was added, what was updated, etc. And if something had been removed, it's not the case here, but if something had been removed, it would be circled in red. Then the next part will be about the export. Okay, so now we are on the export. So the goal here is to create and generate automatically some documentation about your infra. So it starts always with a nice 3D view of your infra with, again, your different data centers and the different products you have and their connections. And then it goes to a list of the different resources that you are using in your infra. Then when I want to dig into the details, I can simply click on one of the hyperlink here, and it will go down directly in the documentation. And here we'll find all the possible details that are summarized about your instance. So it's very deep in terms of details, which is perfect if you need to create some documentation to keep track of what happened in your infra, if you need it for certification purposes, if you need it to provide it to a customer. So it can really go deep into the details. So pretty deep documentation that you can, of course, print or export as a PDF using the print button here at the bottom. And then again, I can find also my list view. So basically the list view, if you followed carefully, is also what I showed you from the beginning. When I opened my initial project, I had a list of resources, and every time you click on one of the resources, you find a short summary. So that's not all. If you understand here, this is the synchronization of my infra, so the state it currently is in. For you to know, the synchronization can happen at 3 different stages. It can be on a monthly, weekly, or daily basis, depending on the plan that you have. So by default, for everyone, we offer a free monthly update. And then depending on the plan you have, it can be more frequent. It's also possible to launch anytime a manual import, again, depending on your plan, but you can decide right now to create a diagram from the state of your infra as it is now. So another thing I wanted to show you here is that you can also edit this diagram in view. So here, this is the view that is representing my live infra, but imagine I want to show how it would look like to a potential customer if I was expanding to a new region. So I can simply click here on edit. And basically what it is doing, it is creating a local copy of my infra on my account at Holori. So I can unlock the features. And basically, so this is the infra as it was the last time it was synchronized. But now here on the left side, by going to icons, I can open all the cloud icons of the different providers that I want. I will stay with Azure. And I can start bringing and drag and dropping icons on the grid. For example, I want to add a new location. Okay, let's add it. I select my location, so I will scroll because it's Azure. So let's say I want to create a new region in Japan. Okay, so I have a new Azure region in Japan. And now I want to add some compute elements here in my region. Just open the compute category and I want to scroll down. I see all the different products. I want a VM. I take it, drag and drop. So quite easy. I want a disk, drag and drop, quite easy again. And I can do that. I can go on and go on forever, adding new products, etc., and creating and building my infra. This won't have any impact on your live infra, of course. It's only local. So here you only design and draw your infra. But it's very good when you want to show to someone how your infra could potentially evolve. You can also use this toggle here, and you will have a nice 3D view of your infra again. This can be exported. You can also export this here if you want. So you can directly click here and you will be able to export this view as a PNG, JPEG, BMP, SVG. So it's quite flexible in terms of things you can do. And you can do many things. So once you are starting to work on a project that is not live anymore, because we created it locally and now we are iterating on it, you can also decide to go back in time. So here, and by clicking here, you will be able to find all the different iterations, like saving after saving of your documents. You can go back in time and restore any version. If you prefer one that was like 10 minutes ago, you can come back to it quite easily. So as you can see, this tool is perfect for asset inventory, cloud visibility, documentation, but also iterating and replaying with all your environments. Here, this video was dedicated to Azure, but you can also do the same with AWS and GCP with Holori. And there are also multiple other things you can do. You can start designing diagrams from scratch, etc. So there are multiple topics that are covered in other videos and that I hope you will enjoy as well. If you have any question, feel free to reach out. You can email us at support@holori.com and we'll be happy to help you with your specific use case. Thank you. Have a nice day.